All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm District Attorney Dan Dow for San Luis Obispo County, and we're just very pleased today that we can finally acknowledge that after more than 26 years since her murder and being taken from her family, our criminal and victim justice system has now finally delivered justice for Kristin. The impact that Kristin Smart's disappearance and the then investigation has had on the Smart family, on our community, spanning a quarter century, has been profound. Today's guilty verdict provides some sense of justice for Kristin, the Smarts, and for our community. Today, justice delayed is not justice denied. The Sheriff's Office has demonstrated incredible resolve as they have led this incredible and complicated investigation. Their tireless search for sufficient evidence is what has brought us to this point today, where we have finally achieved justice for Kristin in our community.
I'd like to make a comment that my wife and we discussed and briefly, and obviously you all recognize this. Without Kristin, there is no joy or happiness in this verdict. After 26 years with today's split verdicts, we learned that our quest for justice for Kristin will continue. This has been an agonizingly long journey with more downs than ups, but we are grateful and appreciate the diligence and energy of the two juries to thoroughly review the facts and reach their decisions. Our faith in the justice system has been renewed by their commitment and effort. Our family is comforted and strengthened by the knowledge that Kristin continues to be held in the hearts and memories of so many people. We will never be able to personally thank everyone, but please know our gratitude and love goes out for each of you who have been with us for this long, overwhelming, and emotional journey. We're forever stronger together. Most importantly, to our Kristin, almost 3 decades ago, our lives were irreparably changed on the night you disappeared. Know that your spirit lives on in each and every one of us. Every day, not a single day goes by that you aren't missed, remembered, loved, and celebrated.
You know, we talk about justice and closure. The reality is there is some form of justice today, holding the person responsible. However, that doesn't change the fact that their daughter at 19 disappeared and was murdered. And they don't have the opportunity to see her graduate from Cal Poly, be married, have grandchildren for them. So every year that goes by, they continue to suffer for this loss. I committed to them before, and I remain committed that even though Paul was convicted today, this case is not over. This case will not be over until Kristin is returned home. I appreciate all the community support. What this does for the community has been tremendous. The ability to have some form of justice to them is really second to the family. They have been living this for 26 years themselves. Some have far left the area years before and now have still followed it and still support the Smart family. And so this is justice for them, for them to understand that the conviction means a tremendous amount. So thank you for being here.
I really feel like this is a day to recognize a community effort. Just about the entirety of SLO County collaborated to make this day happen. And this is a prosecution that our community can be proud of. We admire the witnesses who came forward. I think we called over 50, and they testified about the truth as to what happened. Many endured decades of sadness, of guilt, frustration, yet maintained their resolve to make sure Kristin's voice was heard. We want to commend the bravery of the Jane Does who testified. They spoke for Kristin and said what Kristin could not. They are heroes and role models for all of us. And lastly, our entire team wants victims everywhere to know that they're dedicated people who will stand up and never forget and fight for justice to make sure their voices are heard. Thank you.